our speaker today, that is Giulia Malaguarnera. Hello, Giulia, welcome. Thanks for being here. For those that don't know her, Giulia has been Eurodoc president some years ago already, but a very committed president, as many Eurodoc presidents have been, of course. So she started as a Eurodoc communication office and became a Eurodoc Open Science Ambassador in 2019. Then, of course, she did her PhD in neuropharmacology, has worked both in academia and industry. And after several postdocs, as many of us, she, including a Marie Curie fellowship, she decided to dedicate her efforts in a nonprofit organization, OpenAIRE, with the mission of promoting open science. So Giulia is today as an OpenAIRE member and professional. Yeah. So I think it's I said anything. She's super cool and super passionate. So I hope you will enjoy the webinar, and the word to you, Giulia. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm not the only one not committed here. I'm happy to see so many people today. I will start sharing my screen. And so I hope that you will see this one. Okay. So first of all, I would like to know you a little bit before we start. So if you can join this Mentimeter, you can scan the QR code and put the thumbs up so I know how many people are joining. Okay, first one. You can also go to www.menti.com and enter the code, which is 22569107. We are almost there. Half joined. If you have any issue, let me know. Okay. So I'm going to proceed with the question. In any case, on the top of my slide, there are still the code. So you can always go to menti.com and use the code that you can find at the top of my screen. So I would like to know, where are you from? If you can pin your place. Nice. If you are outside Europe, you can pin outside the map. Nice. Oh, is there anyone from Sicily? Okay, so I will proceed. So I would like to know at which point of your career stage are you? If you are a PhD candidate, postdoc, proper researcher in a position, or if you are support research staff or anything else. Okay.
Giulia, I see that someone is entering the answers in the chat, not on Menti.
Ah, okay.
So just
other what they are saying, because I cannot see the chat.
Yeah, okay. So there's one person coming from Serbia, and a person that replied that it's PhD candidate.
Okay, great.
I will keep track of that for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm proceeding. Okay, more or less it's very distributed. Okay, I would like to know where are you working, if in industry, in academia, in NGO, even at the ministry. If you are working in the ministries, you can type industry NGO. Okay, so most of you are from academia. Good. Okay.
Also, one person in the chat said academia.
Okay, great.
People working in NGOs and industry, not much.
Okay. But this is helping if you have some specific question for sharing data that we will talk later. Okay. Do you know what is open science? You can type in the chat. What is for you open science? So not only in the chat, but also here in Mentimeter, sorry. And we should see some questions, some answers from you. So when I joined OpenAIRE, when I joined Eurodoc, we were discussing between the early career researchers about the definition of open science. Because at that time, the recommendation of the UNESCO were not released, and there were different discussion about what open science is and what could encompass. My favorite definition of open science was open science is just science done right. And this was from John Tennant, who was one of the biggest, one of the most popular early career researcher in advocating for open science and promoting the awareness. I like this definition that someone has put here. Open science means science for everyone, for local community. This is very nice because there are here two components. The fact that you can share for many people, and also that can empower local community. Here another definition, open access to reliable information. Yes. Anything else? Open science is clear and open access data of research. Yes, if for the data we are defining data as digital objective, digital object, because sometimes people confuse data with data sets, and let's say that open science is just it's not just open access publication, it's not just open data, but encompass a series of things. So now I will pass to my presentation, and then we will go back to interact with you. Are there anything that people are saying in the chat? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Everything okay.
Let me move this. I don't know how. Okay. Here. Okay, I'm presenting. Okay, now you should see in presentation mode. Let me move the bar. Okay. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Okay. So as Sarah said, I'm working for OpenAIRE AMCE, which is a no-profit organization. I am stressing this because we are offering tools and services, and some of them are not for free because, of course, infrastructure requires some kind of cost. Most of the costs are covered by funders, so all the service of OpenAIRE have absolutely no cost for researchers. And this is something that I want to stress. I also would like to show you the fact that Eurodoc has many national associations, also OpenAIRE has a different national open access desk, which means that we have people and office in each country that can support you in diving the open science activities, not only in terms of services, but also in the policy. When we start in Eurodoc, the Eurodoc Open Science Ambassador Program, it was meant to support the transition of and the start of the open science policies at the national level. There are several countries who have already a national policy and other countries who are developing one and others that have still to develop. So having a direct contact between the National Association and the nodes, it's very powerful because you can be supported, you can share your feedback, and you can also enhance the voice of early career researchers in the process of open science. In fact, OpenAIRE has three pillars that are related to the use of the services that are aligning to the policies, and we do training to empower the open science activities. We will speak today about the services. So as I said, the open science encompasses different it's an umbrella term for several process that you are doing during the research field. Open science encompasses what is more known from people is open access. That can be open access to publication, open access to book chapter, to book, to data sets, to software, and to any kind of research product that you are producing during the research life cycle, during your research workflow. Open science encompasses also open infrastructures, like the infrastructure that OpenAIRE provides for scholarly communication. Open educational resources, open data, as I said before, open labs. Open labs are basically the opportunity that you can go anywhere in any lab. Of course, that could have a cost. During the PhD program, usually your mobility in other labs can be dictated by the school, but also there are several grants and funding that allows you to move around several labs and learn or use a specific tool. It's a very interesting tool for you that are mostly early career researchers. It's also crowdfunding, open notebook. Open notebook means that you can share whatever you are producing in your working computer, let's say. So there are all the data, all the analysis, and the process that you would like to share openly. Open innovation. That means that after you have a patent or to prove your new invention, you can ask, for instance, the citizen science to help you innovate some part of your work. Citizen science are all the public that have not a PhD or it's not strictly working in research as work, but mostly for passion or for interest in something specific. That is giving the opportunity to work with you, and that can be a resource. For instance, when you are developing surveys for your research, you can ask the informed consent of why you are collecting the data, and ask citizens and people that are not part of your research team to provide some answers and some feedback for your research. So they are either an instrument or also help that you can have during your research projects. Open evaluation means that you have everything transparent also at the level of the evaluation process. That you are using, that you can open your hardware. It means that usually this is better after a patent, or if your new invention is not considered novel from the patent office, and you can still make it available as an hardware to everyone. That it's an interesting things that again you can do with the citizen science and have much more feedback to improve your innovation activity. Open source, it's again same things. So again, you can, in this case, you can open something that is in digital form. All this you can find in the UNESCO Open Science brochure, and you can go to unesco.org and search for open science, and there you will find all the definition of what open science is. So today I will navigate you a little bit in the research life cycle, trying to offer to give you a flavor of the tools that you can use during your research activities. I will focus much more in the discovery and the link of your research. I will give you a flavor of the data management and the publishing system. So Sarah, I am just seeing that I don't have any time here. So feel free to give me some kind of guidance in, I think, 15 minutes.
Okay, great. And yeah. I will inform you after 10 minutes, so you have 5 minutes to finish if you want.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so the traditional scholarly communication activities in the research life cycle was to focus on the output and the publication. But in the reality, we know that when we are performing research activities, we start with the concept and planning. We browse and organize the work that we have to do. We collect data, we analyze them. After this, we publish. That can be publication, preprints, and data. And we do impact and engagement, going to the conference, having posters, communicate and searching for collaboration. But traditionally, what you are sharing is the outputs and the publication. I didn't mention in this slide, but this slide is coming from Melissa, who is one of our node in OpenAIRE. So, Now, what is happening with open science? That all the life cycle can be open. So, for instance, at the concept level, you can share your idea, you can register a study, you can share your data management plan in which you are describing the data that you would like to produce or the data sets that you would like to reuse. The methods that you are using, reusing, or implementing. And you can also share your ideas and your concept in the blog post, in the social media, in the website. This is something that, for instance, is mandatory in several of the Marie Curie projects, or in general the Horizon Europe projects, which are the those that are granted, those research that are granted for research activities for early career research, in which open science is a mandatory field. What else you can do? Again, in the explore and organization of your data and activities, you can validate or work better on the idea and the hypothesis. As I said, in the concept part that can be also used here is you can search for other data sets, you can find collaborators, you can discuss about data sets that you can find, and you can implement what is needed for you to collect the data and perform your experiment or your research or your theoretical activities. You can, as I said before, with the instrument of citizen and science, but also not only, you can even open up the collection and the analysis of your research output or the research that you are collecting. So again, this is a way to open up this part of the research life cycle. The output of the publication can be shared with the preprint, with opening the publication or archiving the publication in a way that they are findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. I will not go to the details of these FAIR principles, but let me know if you have questions about this, and I can try to tackle them. Again, the impact and engagement regards what is the process after the publication, like the peer review and the open peer review process, which it's something that in the Eurodoc we pushed a lot, because it's a way in which early career researchers can start to understand and to be critical when they are reading and looking to other research activities, and ask questions and find a way to collaborate with senior researcher or understand the process in which you may have expertise or not. When you are opening all this research life cycle, the vision that we have in the open science activities is that the research that we are producing, it's more reproducible. The responsible of the reproducibility, sorry, it's a really hard word. It's part of the research activities, ethics, and principle that everybody that are approaching this job should have. So what are the services that OpenAIRE can give to you, can offer to you for helping in designing, building, set up your open science activities? These are my favorite collection for you. Explore is a service that gives you the opportunity to browse in several data sets. It's a So OpenAIRE as an infrastructure have this OpenAIRE graph, which is a database that is behind the Explore, which is a search engine. For example, you can think about Explore as a Google in different repositories that are in Europe, but not only, because we are collecting data from Latin America, from Asia, from the US, and it's a very vast database of publication, datasets, software, thesis, and other research product that you can upload, for instance, in Zenodo or upload in your institutional repository. Connect is a small part of Explore. I'm mentioning here because several university alliances in which probably your university is part are opening a specific gateway in which you can browse the research activities of specific universities. Why this is important on the research level? Because when you are establishing a collaboration that are within an alliance, it's much easier for you, for instance, to go to Erasmus project and having a support on grant in your mobility. So if you are PhD candidates, having an idea of what are the universities that are supporting and search for researchers and work that is similar to what you are conducting for your PhD thesis can be very, very powerful. The OpenAIRE graph is this datasets that I said that is behind Explore, this huge database. And then this little logo is called Open Science Lens, and I will show you in a demo in a few. For data management, we have two services. ARGOS is a data management plan tool. If you are willing to be engaged in the data management community, we have ARGOS community call every last Wednesday of the month. So today at 2, you can join this community call. And then we have also Amnesia, which is a tool for anonymized data.
Giulia?
Yes, perfect. We have also Zenodo, which is an open repository in which you can upload presentation, datasets, and anything that can be related to your research activities, and you will have a DOI. It means that you have a persistent identifiers, like a sort of ID of your work that is connected with your ORCID or your affiliation and so on, and the people will be able to find your activities. And then we have Episciences, which is a service for you to create your own journal, and you can collaborate with many people to start a new journal venue. It offers you like instruments and layout to easy managing the peer review system. OpenPlato instead is a platform from training, but this for Eurodoc we are still discussing on what could be the activities. So now I will proceed with the demo, which is the demo about Explore and what you can do by browsing the research data, grant, find the repository, link your research activities, claim your ORCID, and do some really nice stuff. Okay, so let me go here. Okay, just a second, I have to move this. Okay. So OpenAIRE Explore, if my computer helps. Okay. So I will sign in. Okay, so this is OpenAIRE Explorer. I can sign in. You can sign in via ORCID, or you can sign with a specific ORCID. So this is a discovery platform. What is different between Explore and Google Search, for instance, or Google Scholar, or Google Datasets, or PubMed? I don't know what else you are using. It's very specific, the fact that you can browse between the contents that are provided by repositories, journal, registries, and everything that can be related to this. We have also some specific funders that are sharing with us the data that you may upload in the funders portal that is related to your research activities. In Deposit is a part of Explore in which you will find a repository that is compliant with OpenAIRE. What does it mean to be compliant with OpenAIRE? OpenAIRE has produced some guideline for the repositories that are now international and that have been developed by the community of repository manager. So OpenAIRE just facilitate this work. And basically that part of FAIR that means interoperable, it's already inside. So it's something that you don't have to care about when you are looking for a repository. It will be already interoperable. It's not something that you do usually for the research activities. So now I would like to show you a little bit what you can do with the OpenAIRE Explorer. So you can search by different kind of research products that can be publication, data, software, or other. You can filter by years. You can filter by field of science that usually you can find as acronym FOS. This is the classification based on the Frascati classification. You can browse also from funders. So if you're interested, for instance, to apply to a specific grant, and you would like to know what has been already awarded, you can click to any of them, type your research interest, and see what was the most interesting project that can give you at least an idea of what to do. Some of them, the interesting part of the OpenAIRE Explorer is that they can give you information also about the data management plan and the registration activities and publication and other things. You can also browse by sustainable development goals. This is something that is already that it's in the development. This is why you see beta. And it's based on the Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations. You can also browse by countries and by language and also by source. Or this research community is what I was speaking before. The research community can be, for instance, the University Alliance, like EU Connexus, which is a university alliances. It can be Aurora universities, or you can also browse by different repository. For instance, ARGOS France, which is a collection of different repository based in France, or that are part of the ARGOS repositories. You can browse, for instance, from energy research. So it's a community that is focusing on research activities. And you may have already some kind of curation. The nice thing that you can do is that with a click, you can claim your ORCID. For instance, if I am searching for my name, I can see, for instance, here, I don't have, no, this is closed. Okay, for instance, here, I don't know why I don't have the claim. Okay, I'm not connected with my ORCID, but basically you can just click a button. Yeah, for instance, this one, I have my ORCID and I can remove it. So if I see that there are some kind of entries in which my name is not related to my ORCID, I can either claim my ORCID or either remove it. So for instance, this is a book chapter, and you can see the reference. So for instance, what was the organization which I was from? I can see what are the references that are related to this book chapter. And I can also check some metrics like the citation, the popularity, and so on. This has less overview because it was a closed access at that time. It was 2011. I was young. But there are also different versions, so you can see where you can find the DOI. And another things that you can do is that you can link, for instance, this one with other project that could have been related. So I can link, for instance, to a project. I will also show you here the advanced search, which is another very nice option because it's using the Boolean search. It means that you can include or exclude some words, or for instance, search for something specific. For instance, I want to include maybe the name of the author. Let's see. Author. Or maybe I want to just open access. I will put them. And then I can say if I want to include the project. And then I can click on search. To speed a little bit here, this is what you will see. This is a page for a project. In this case, since I was awarded by the Mercury Individual Fellowship, you will find here all the information about the funder, which was the European Commission, my project code, what was the call for proposal, how much I was funded, the project information that are present in the Cortis, how many views and downloads are from my specific project, what is the description, where I was working. Cherry Biotech is a startup company, and also the publication that are related. In this case, see, I didn't claim my ORCID, and I can do it. Okay.
Giulia, it's 46, more or less.
Okay. Okay. Last thing that I want to show you is this Open Science Lens, which is add-on in Google. That you can, I will give you the link. You can get this add-on. And the interesting thing is that if you are searching, for instance, in your Google Scholar, you can find here this logo, which is the Open Science Lens, and it's saying if the publication is open access or not, who were the authors, what was the organization, and how many versions I have, and in which repositories. And if you find something that was open or closed. And this is something that is related to what you're finding. All this information then will be also present in your ORCID, and you can adjust your curriculum. There is another service which is called BIP Scholar, in which you can take all the activities that you have from OpenAIRE, from OpenAIRE Explore, and also write a narrative curriculum. And you can write any kind of narrative curriculum or other type of curriculum also based in some specific topic. If, for instance, during your postdoc, you change 3-4 topics as I did. I will go back to the questions here. And, oh, sorry, this we can skip. I would like to ask you, based on the presentation that I made today, if you are interested to know more of some kind of specific tool, and maybe in the future we will organize proper training for you. So if you would like to know more about Explore, or help us to co-shape Explore, because maybe you want to play, but you don't find it very user-friendly. If you would like to be an ARGOS ambassador, so working better on the data management plan, give us some feedback in the anonymization. If you would like to have much more support in the community for Zenodo, or if you would like to help and be supported in the creation of your own journal in open science, or maybe you're just not interested to do anything of that. So if you're not connected, you can go again to menti.com and use this link. You can copy and send it the chat. If someone wants to speak and comment and ask question, I can stop sharing and go back to you. Meanwhile, feel free to answer.
So thank you, Giulia. That was super cool, super interesting. So given that we are a lot of people, I will just give the floor to anyone who has questions or whatever. Elisabetta is also thanking for the information. Don't be shy. If you don't want to open your camera and speak, you can write in the chat and I will be reading the question for you. I'm sure you have some questions. I mean, there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was, so Irina is saying, was one of the most useful webinar. So I'm noting that down for Eurodoc so that we can keep on this type of content.
Thank you, Irina. I know that most of us are used to the tools that we have in our daily job that can be very specific. For instance, I come from the life science field, and I was used to search just for publication. The good things of using Explore and using other tools and services helps to make more effort in in searching for something that is not just the publication, because it helps you to go for something that is much more innovative. So maybe you are interested to people that are working in a similar research project, or that had similar ideas, but they are tackle the same problem in a different way. Or for early career researchers, what I found very useful, in particular when I was writing my Marie Curie project, was trying to understand what was missing, what kind of ideas I could get that are not just related to publication. An exercise that it's a little bit harder to do is the data management plan, because I really invite you to start using ARGOS. I will let me type in the chat the tool, and start to play a little bit with this template. So basically, it's a template in which you are starting to type information about the research activities that you are planning to do. So what kind of data you want to use or to reuse. This kind of data sets can be uploaded to Zenodo or any other repository. But the exercise that is forcing you to write a data management plan is that you are really thinking about what kind of the research activities you are doing in the process of your research workflow. Also, as early career researchers, you may be a little bit more shy to accept, or have much more difficulties in accept what is called the deviation plan, which for a postdoc are like the most common and easy to do. The ARGOS is the ARGOS is giving you the opportunity to going back in the cloud and rewrite or update your data management plan, because the exercise is how to make my research findable from other researchers. For instance, they browse to explore. Or how can I enhance the access? So either I use a repository, or I use Zenodo to open a part of my research. Or if you have difficulties like I don't like the data sets that I produced, should I publish or not? Or these data sets are useful for a patent. What should I do? The fact that at the beginning I mentioned the presence of the National Open Access Desk, it's also to support you. What is important for me to share with you in Eurodoc, and something that at the beginning of my career I didn't know and I didn't understand, is that all the universities have research support staff. What the role is, the librarians are fundamental in helping you to support your right when you are publishing, support you in understanding what is your intellectual property, give you information about the copyright activities, what you can share and not share. And they will support you at any stage. Doesn't matter if you are trusting to postdoc or researchers you may know by yourself. So they are like a neutral alliance that you have during your research activities. And also, for instance, there are patent office in each universities. There are information center for grant writing and grant support. These are all services that you may do not know when you are performing your research activities. You feel alone in the process, or you feel that the only person that should help you to give you answer is your direct supervisor or mentor. When you have a plethora of people that it's there paid for support you and for giving you training, for giving you the information that you need. OpenAIRE is also a neutral environment, so you can feel free to contact us. You can go to the helpdesk.openair.eu and ask questions or any kind of support that you need.
So thanks. Just for another reminder, so Eurodoc has a working group on open science that also Giulia joins now and then. I'm sending in the chat the email address of the co-coordinators, Agnieszka, Gira, and Maya Divina. So if you are interested to science, you're really welcome to join us. Just send an email to our coordinators and keep in touch also with OpenAIRE. Follow us on our social media and also on OpenAIRE social media, of course. We have just more or less 1 minute. Any question, any request, anything that, I mean, we're here, make it, try to get the most out of it. Let's see, very a lot of silence. So I don't know, Giulia, if you need to add anything else, you want to share some contacts or whatever, or we can close.
You can also yes, you can also contact me directly. I will put here. You will find me in Eurodoc. So it's my name, my surname at eurodoc.eu or directly in OpenAIRE.eu. And it's here, so you can contact me anytime. You can add me on LinkedIn. You can ask me, chat something that you need. Sometimes I give also to some people support because I changed so many times my career that it can be helpful to have also someone to speak with. So feel free to contact me anytime to ask information and to start playing with open science and let me know.
Super cool. So super thanks to Giulia for her presentation and her kindness and enthusiasm as usual.